Hey yo, what the heck is going on YouTube? It is me, PhD Dad, and we are here yet for another tier list. Today, we are talking about the ESTPs and their compatibility with other personality types. These videos are very easy for me to make because I'm pretty much only going off of the cognitive functions, so I don't really have to take notes. Yeah, these videos are very easy to make. And a little story time before this. I have an ESTP childhood friend, and he came to me and was like, dude, your Myers-Briggs videos are super interesting. And I was like, dude, I'll make you a video because you're my childhood friend. So what can we learn from this chat? We can learn that I am a dedicated YouTuber, right? And if you would like, I can make a Myers-Briggs video about you if you are not an ESTP and you are just Myers-Briggs curious. I can help you out with that. And if you're curious in other ways. So yes, I am your very own make a YouTuber. And yes. So let's talk about the ESTP. I got drunk as fuck before making this because I'm talking about the ESTP. So let's go. First, let's go through the tiers. So at the top, we have let's build our castle and live in it dollface. Because you see, with sensors, they like to procure and gather a foundation, a ground that they can stay in with their romantic counterpart. And that is where they will reside in. As the intuitives will want to explore more, the sensors will want to build a foundation with each other. And this should have a winking emoji next to it, but they don't have winking emojis on a keyboard. So I'm just going to leave it as that. These should all have winking emojis, by the way. Then we have, oh honey, we're going to have fun together. We're going to have a fun time. Because the ESTP is a fun time. And they're going to want to have fun with a lot of personality types. And these people might be romantically compatible with them. And then we have, you drive a hard bargain, sweetheart, because the ESTP might be able to get along with you, and you might have some relationship compatibilities, but they're still a hard bargain for you. And then we have, yikes, Buster, gonna need another round, because all ESTPs go to bars and will try to woo anyone. So they're gonna try, but it might not be the most compatible relationship. And then we have I'm outie, there's no chance. So to reserve the ESTP's attention span, let's just knock off a couple that I don't need to talk about. Okay, I think that's it. So let's get into it. We will start off with the executive, the ESTJ. As they do, the letters imply that they are only one letter apart. They have all different cognitive functions that don't really get along the best, actually. The ESTP is going to find them bossy, as the ESTJ is very goal-oriented and prioritizes the goal, and the ESTP, with dominant SE, really wants to have a fun time. Colloquially, as friends, they are going to make probably good friends, not the best friends or anyone else up here kind of friends, but they can get along fairly well. As there isn't going to be a feeling issue with either of them because they don't really talk about feelings too much. But yeah, what else? I think that's really all I need to say about the ESTJ. They're just going to be right here, though. There's other reasons, but yeah, I think that's good. The ISTP is going to go right here. The ISTP has all of the same cognitive functions as the ESTP, but just a little bit different, right? The ISTP is going to look at the ESTP as very gregarious, and they're going to admire the spontaneity of the ESTP. And they're going to be able to hang with them with their auxiliary SE. So it's just a fun time all around for both of these guys. Yeah, they both have FE, so they'll get along just fine with each other. They both, their cognitive sets work well together, I guess is the point. So the ISTP is going there. Oh yeah, something else just to take note of. I might be speed running this video because I recorded a 30-minute video of this already, but I had my microphone volume all the way down. So, yes, just remember, I care about my subscribers. Let's do the ISFP. The ISFP is probably going to go right here. And why is this? Well, dominant FI users, especially ISFPs, that's going to come to be a problem with the ESTP, who very much wants to explore and do and have fun and experience life, which the ISFP wants to do as well, but it's prioritized by how they feel. So they can explore and do things, but something that'll happen is the ESTP is going to encroach on the ISFP's boundaries a little bit. And that's going to get quite annoying. And they might find the ISFP's ideas and way about life a little bit superfluous and not that cool, I guess is what I'm trying to say. As these guys don't really have any FI, so they can't really relate to the ISFP, and the inferior TE is also going to get annoying. So they can have a fun time, but as the ESTP can really have a fun time with most people, but the longevity of a relationship really isn't going to be there. The executive, or the ENTJ, is going to go right there. Now they both prioritize SE, so that's a good thing. They will find each other very fun to be around. The ESTP is going to find the ENTJ, there's not going to be a feeling issue. They're just going to see each other as a fun time. But the ENTJ, as someone who likes to intellectualize conversations a lot and debate a lot, they're going to see the ESTP as maybe a little bit vapid pertaining to their conversation style, which is not true. They just go about things in a different way. And they might not get too close ever to the ENTJ. So yes, a fun time as always, as ESTPs are a fun time always, but they won't really have the best bond for that long, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, the ENFJ is probably going to go here too. They will find each other to be a fun time, for sure. They have the same cognitive setups. They both have SE. The ESTP is going to find the... I just realized I was pointing to this guy like he was an ESTP. Whatever, same thing. Not really. But the ENFJ is going to... the ESTP is going to find the ENFJ to be very charming, very likable, very sweet, very cool. And funny. They'll have a fun time together. Their SEs will get along just fine. But their intuitive function and how the ENFJ uses FE and I, and how the ESTP uses SE TI, just don't work together perfectly. But they both get along with people very well, so they'll get along with each other for sure. Just as far as um, these ones, they're not at the top for the ESTP. Let's talk about other ESTPs. They're going to have a fun time as well. Something about the ESTPs with child FE is they see other personality types that they're close to, almost like their fucking brother, right? So an ESTP is going to find another ESTP or their home dog. They're going to have like this brother code, you know? And when they develop their FE, they're going to be like, I got you, homeboy. That's kind of how they're going to see each other. So in a relationship, they'd probably be that same way. They'd be like, let's go experience life. Let's go do this. Let's talk about things. But, you know, deep down, I got you because you're the dog. You know, that's kind of how their FE works. So yes, two SE DOMs go together very well. And yeah, they're going to be able to relate to each other. They probably have some of the best compatibility out of all of the same personality types. You know, they're the type to, you know, watch a game of football together, you know, chug their beers, and then wrestle one another. Very fun personality types for each other. Let's talk about the other SE DOM, the ESFP. So this one might even be better than the ESTP because those middle functions work well with each other. They bounce off each other well. The ESTP is going to find the ESFP very charming, very funny, very goofy, because that's how the ESFPs use their SE, to be goofy and be likable. And the ESTPs are going to laugh a lot with them. They're both going to do crazy shit. I'm talking chugging beers into their ass whilst inhaling helium so much that they start to fly while high. They get drunk while high. I don't know. That's something they do. They bounce off each other very well though with those two different spot functions. I know ESTPs that love other ESFPs. The INFJ is an interesting one because the the ESTP and the INFJ probably have some of the best compatibility as far as the reverse functions go. So an INFJ, if you're an ESTP watching this and you don't know this, the INFJ has NI as their dominant function. You have NI as your inferior function, and it's basically the opposite subset of cognitive functions. So with these two, TIFE and FETI go very well together, and it is also a relationship of growth. The INFJ is going to find the ESTP's FE very charming, and the ESTP is going to find the INFJ's NI as something they can learn from and improve upon. So a very good pairing. There's possibilities as to why it could go here, but they're going here for now. Yeah, there's probably more I could get into, but I'll save that for another video on ESTPs. ENTP is going here. ENTP is, well, they're kind of like brothers. They have that same brother code with the FE, but they have a lot of differences in how they use their exploration dominant function, the SE versus the NE. They'll have a fun time together for sure, but that's really about it, I think. And they can also learn from one another as well, but they just go about life very differently. NE wants to explore different possibilities, while ESTP wants to explore different physical sensations. And that's very different as far as colloquial communication goes. So they're sticking there. The ESFJ It's one of these two. I think I'll put it. I think I'll put them here. Yeah, they can have a fun time together. Um, ESFJs use their SE a lot, and they love to interact with people, and they can be very much endeared by the ESTP in all of the spontaneity they have. But and they do share the preferred FE. They see they might go here, but there's other things as well. Um, yeah, they'll get along. They'll get along, and the TI works well together. The the only things about the ESFJ are that they prioritize social harmony just like how the ENFJ does, and uh, as the ESTP can acclimate to that. Um, and the ESTP is very much one of the most adaptable personality types. They might find that a little bit annoying, um, but they can have fun together for sure. Um, it's just the lack of SE a little bit that holds them back a little bit. It isn't like the ESTJ. They have the same thinking and feeling function, so it's a little bit different there. But they're going here. The INFP is going here. The INFP, completely different cognitive set. They actually might like each other a lot initially because they are so different. With dominant FI, but also having NE, they aren't really akin to similarities as much as the ISFP, but they will sort of find the ESTP as someone they can't really confine much solace in, for the simple fact that they are a very intuitive type with their feelings and think about their feelings a lot, and the ESTP just wants to go around, fuck around, and have fun. Uh, so yes, the INFP and the ESTP probably won't be the best compatibility-wise, but they'll have a fun time, of course. Just going to need a few rounds. The ENFP is probably going to go... I'm going to say they're going to go right here for pretty much the same reasons as the ENTP. Possibly even here. I could probably move the NE DOMs down here, but I'll leave them here. The ENFP likes to explore things, very much curtailed to what their passions are, while the ESTP likes to explore things for the sake of understanding experiences and collecting wisdom, collecting new experiences that they can logically substantiate with their database of NI. And ENFP just wants to do whatever the fuck they want, as well as the ESTP, but they want to do whatever the fuck they want for their passions. So the ENFP is going here, pretty much for the same reasons as the ENTP. And then we have the golden pairs, and multiple different sites will say the ISFJ is the golden pair, and then other sites will say the ISTJ is the golden pair. But they do make a matrimonious couple, the both of them, for the ESTP. By far the best personality types in terms of growth, in terms of building their own fortress together and understanding the logical substantiations of the world or the feelings of the world. They go together probably the best. So the ESTP is going to like the ISFJ because they have that same reason of the same middle functions as the INFJ. They're going to have that same FE, they're going to have that same TI, they're going to find each other charming, they're going to find each other very cool. The ISFJ is going to find the ESTP, if these were like two married couples. Yeah, let's just paint a picture here, you know? If the ESTP was to have a relationship with the ISFJ, it would be like this. It would be the ESTP comes home, the ISFJ sees them as their huzzy that they just love, that they're going to make dinner for, they're going to do all these things. And the ESTP is going to be like, that's my fucking woman, you know? He's going to be doing the cool guy point as well. And they're going to be able to, the ISFJ is going to be able to ground a lot of the ESTP's aspirations and put a different insight onto what is going on around them. They're different, but they will very much get along well. And then we have these two personality types. There isn't exactly that yin and yang, but there's still a lot of good here. Sometimes even better, because these guys both aren't too emotional. They will just talk about the world in a very logical way with rational intuition, very practical way. They'll both be very practical problem solvers as well, but in a different way, which opens up the minds of both of them. They have the exact opposite cognitive set because they are the shadow functions of one another. So yes, these two shadow functions get along great. There's no contention here, pretty much. There's no problems that really ensue ever at all. They won't find each other annoying. They won't really have any gripes. The only problem is the ESTP might find them boring, but at the same time, not really, because they both offer each other so much. So that is really it. If you are an ESTP that has made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you so much. I hope your liquor was fantastic. Much love to you, ESTPs. And if you are a different personality type, please do like and subscribe. And ESTPs, please click on the subscribe button. I know you might be a little bit dizzy right now, but just click that subscribe button. And don't click it, and yes, click it again, because I think you might have accidentally misclicked it twice because you are drunk. But yes, please do subscribe. And leave what other kind of tier lists you would like me to make, because everyone likes a good tier list. That's going to be it. I think I really like this list, actually. So, yeah, bye-bye.